Good afternoon, YouTubers. This is Hunter Mike. Today is January 5th, 2020, and it is the last day of Wisconsin bow deer season. I have two unused doe tags in my pocket. I might or might not use one today, but it's the last day. We'll see what happens. This is the second video I'm bringing to you on Hunter with the esophageal cancer slash liver cancer that I have now that I'm fighting. And this is going to be the start of when I found out about it. So back on September of 2018, I was up in the Colorado Rocky Mountains hunting elk and noticed I had a little bit of an eating problem where I needed to drink more water. I didn't think much of it when we got back because my son had a little bit of that kind of disorder, so I thought, oh, maybe he got it from me. Well, being the macho guy, I didn't say anything, and in January it got a little bit worse. I had to drink more water and more water. Well, in the meantime, come March, I had a hernia, umbilical hernia, that I needed to get taken care of because it was causing me some distress. So I had that taken care of, but I failed to say anything to my doctor, who could have probably found my cancer at least 3 months earlier, which may have helped. So that's why I'm making this video. You think you got a problem? Say something to somebody. At least have them look at it. Don't worry about insurance or anything else. If you can catch this thing early, you'll have a lot better life. Trust me, a lot better life. So on March 26th, I had my operation for that. That went fine and dandy. Come along in June, I could barely eat. I was losing weight rapidly, but I was working out to go to Colorado to hunt. Matter of fact, I was going hunting by myself this in 2019. Come the end of June, I could barely eat anything. Couldn't get anything down. Took a lot of water. I mean, almost a gallon and a half of water to eat 2 pieces of pizza, and that's when my wife noticed that there was a problem and started yelling at me, and for just cause, and thusly we started the trip to the doctors to get looked at. On July 5th, I went in to have my throat scoped, and he said to me it looked like I was very angry down there. And I said, okay, I didn't think that was a medical term, but after I looked up YouTube stuff, they use that term quite often to describe an esophagus that may be Barrett's esophagus or cancers. On July 10th, I was told that I had esophageal cancer, and I needed to get another look at it with another scan to determine what stage that cancer was at. Well, it seemed that it was at a stage N1 or N2, I don't quite remember, but that it was still somewhat solvable. So we started to try to set up the chemo and radiation, and of course the security health people who, quote unquote, think they know better than you at the higher ups in the insurance company, trying to make a decision whether your life's worth saving or not, my opinion, denied our first treatments. After some coaxing through with the doctors again, they finally did the treatment, and it wasn't anything unusual. It was the normal protocol for treatment. So there was five chemo trips you would do once a week, and 25 radiations. So you'd have chemo once a week, and 25 or 5 times a week you would have your radiation. At the end of that time period, I still wasn't eating very well. Nothing seemed to be clearing up, and it got to a point where I just couldn't eat anymore and couldn't get anything in. And end of October, not very good. Again, like I said, they fed me with through my port. And I needed to do that before I could have the operation, and they did that successfully. I was able to get enough strength to make it through the cancer surgery, where they removed my esophagus, 95% of that, and 20% of my stomach, and cranked my stomach up to where the esophagus was, sewed it back together. Those things went really well for the most part. The problem is that cancer was growing all along, and it was a lot bigger than that. And then a spot had showed up in my liver right before the operation, of which the surgeon did a biopsy and said it wasn't cancerous at that time. So she proceeded with the operation, and I love her for that, because otherwise I wouldn't be here talking to you today. So I urge you that you want to avoid the biggest operation of a lifetime. get in there and get things looked at. Insurance or no insurance, you do not want to go through this surgery if you don't have to. They can do so many things if they catch it early, if they catch it in Barrett's esophagus form. You can get this thing taken care of with just small cuts and surgeries that are just a miracle, other than having your whole stomach opened up and your neck opened up and all that stuff. You don't need to go through all this if you just say something. Don't be so proud that you just don't say something. If you're not being able to swallow and you're drinking too much water, you're losing too much weight fast, even though you're working out and I had a goal. You know, I thought that was pretty cool. I was losing a lot of weight fast, but not 15 pounds every week. That was ridiculous. I'd lost up to 75 pounds. So thank God for my wife and my friends or everything for pushing me to get this thing done. I'm happy to be out here hunting today. Again, very happy to be alive, and hope to be for many more years. We'll have to punch this liver cancer around a few times more and see what's going to happen with that. But I'm still after it. I'm still working out. And if you have any comments, leave them below. I'll try to respond to them when I see them. But the main thing here today is this brings you up through the operation that took place on the 26th of October. And I went deer hunting on the whatever it was, in Wisconsin's gun season that same year. So you want to do something with this, you can actually do it. Okay, so I'm going to say, for now, have a great evening. I'm going to go hunting, and here's a little view of where I'm sitting right now, deer stand. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. So, if I get lucky, maybe something will come walking by. Have to wait and see. Okay, have a great night.